Hello. There's our moon with the blue sky. Took Charlotte to the park. She's walking around picking at rocks, having fun, looking at the river. So the moon is headed south for the summer now. It'll be out till like Friday, but so it's setting like southwest, and the moon is slightly setting north since it's summer, and they're always in opposite. They both do like hooks in, hooks out. What I find amazing is the sun always comes south of you, no matter whether or not it's for the summer or the winter. And equinox, it's just straight across. But that's why you have eclipses. And they tell you, and none of that stuff works on the flat Earth model. They have no idea what they're talking about and haven't researched it at all. I still don't see why it happens on the globe model, because the shadow goes in reverse. It should go the other way, considering the angle and the speeds. The moon's about an hour slower, so right now it's going to go that way, hook down and away. What you doing, Charlie? And then, but each day it'll be, if I came up during this time of morning tomorrow, it'd be further higher in the sky, because it's a little slower than the sun. It's not moving in reverse, it's just slower than the sun. So, and then the sun is slightly north right now because it's early summer, but in midsummer, like July, that's when it rises like the most north of you. But it does that for everybody, like everybody. And that's why I believe the sun's personal, because the angles at which it would have to do that for everybody. So if it comes south of you for everybody, think about like somebody in like Nova Scotia, Canada, from Mississippi, from where I am. And my shadow right here is just small. But they have small shadows too if they live in the north. It's not like a drastic difference from where I'm at. We all generally have roughly the same size shadows. So like when the sun gets above me, we're all at 12 o'clock, we're all looking at this small little shadow. So it's like a small local personal light source. It's not a million miles away. It's not anything like that. Like I said in my other video, I often refer to that quote by Tesla because I think it's very important. Because I can't prove personal luminaries, but not a whole lot of people can argue with Tesla. So each nation has its own ray and light source. So if you haven't checked out that interview with Tesla, Everything is Light, pay attention to every little thing he says. I mean, you won't understand half of what he's talking about, but occasionally you'll get something that you've kind of learned and understand. Even though it sounds like you're listening to some fairy tale when you listen to him talk. But during the equinox, we all have the same size shadows. And then the angle at which you just see our shadows are slightly different. It's not like, it would make sense on a one-sun model, but we know we can't see thousands of miles. And so today the sun rose in my area right around like 8 o'clock. It's already above like the stuff out east to me. Like, say hey, Charlotte. Say hey, pretty girl. Right here. Say hey. Alright, I'm looking at the sun. See, watch out. It's already right above the trees in my area. Now, the best time to tell that it's your own personal spotlight, just like the moon, is when it's like cloudy day, like real clouds, not chemtrail clouds, like ones that are bubbly. And what you'll be able to tell is the sun, like when the cloud's like thick, it will only come through a portion of it, like it's shining right down on top of your cloud. But then you'll have somebody else's cloud, 30 miles down the road, that they're seeing the sun barely shine through their cloud. And like you've seen all the moon photos of the moon barely getting through like thick patches of clouds right on top of them. It's the same general purpose that it's small and local. The same with the moon. What's the matter? You okay? You hurt your hand? I mean, give a kiss. Daddy's doing a video. Knocked his camera off balance. But I'm out here by the river. It's my favorite park to come exercise at. I jog here and do videos because it's where I can get the most open space of the sun. Here's our mailman. He's a nice guy. He just passed by. So, but the moon is right in there. Now, I can do this with stars too. I can zoom all the way in. These are for people that don't know about flat Earth technology or science. Look, like these objects are 293 million miles away, and you shouldn't be able to zoom all the way in on objects 293,000 miles away and objects trillions of miles away like the stars supposedly are. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, this moon's blue. It's matching the sky. And see, right now, the moon always goes from right crescent to left crescent, and it's mainly out during the night. It'll rise when you first see it. It's kind of out west from you, like right crescent. But when it's to the east of you, it's right crescent, and then it turns, it wobbles left crescent as it passes you, and then but the light goes from right to left crescent. So like the phases of it, but as it goes past you, it turns in the air. The image on the moon turns it rotates. You don't have two sides of the moon, you have one side of the moon, but the image on the moon rotates. So I hope I'm making sense. So like right now, it's going to left crescent. It'll go to its invisible phase, on Friday. So right now it's left crescent and it's going downwards, but it's gonna keep turning as it goes downwards, which it should get its own light from the sun. It should be lit up towards my direction right now, but it's lit up that way, and it'll keep going. The light will keep, the lit up part will keep going, like turning that way, even though the sun is here, and the sun's gonna go set that way to the right of this moon. It sets out west, so slightly north of west. The moon's drastically setting southwest right now, so but we can all know that we can't see 6-7 time zones. So like right now it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 hours to my east. It's supposedly travels at 500 miles per hour. So the sun, it's right here, right? At 3 hours to my east is like 3 time zones. It's in the Atlantic Ocean, and that sun is not above the Atlantic Ocean. It's 10 o'clock right now in Atlanta. The sun is on top of me, and it's on top of the people in Atlanta. But I know I can't see thousands of miles. It's a good distance between here and the coast, and that's where the sun would be if it was 3 hours from me right now. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning right now. So, but anyway, I don't have too much to say. Let me get my face on camera. Love, peace, and hugs. Cheers, everybody.